again, everybody. I am back today to talk about the social aspect of being a human being. And all of us know that the social aspect of being a human has been very challenging recently, but it's so very important. And um, a lot of times, even in holistic practice, practitioners and people tend to leave out the social aspect of being a human, and it's so vitally important. And so I just want to remind you of some of those things today, because we are meant to support and encourage one another and communicate with one another. And so it's been a little more challenging to do here recently. So I just want to remind you how important it is. Um, this lack of ability to be social really affects our brain chemistry, and as a result, we look for other things to boost those brain chemicals, and sometimes we don't always make the healthiest choice in doing so. So we might look to foods more for comfort than we used to, or to boost those brain chemicals. Substance abuse and alcoholism has shown a significant increase during these recent times that we've had, and people are becoming more reliant on things to boost those brain chemicals. And so I just want to remind you that being social can do that too, and you can still do it at a safe distance. Um, I don't know how many of you know or recall, back in the early 1900s, there was an orphanage in England, I believe, and all of these infants kept dying, and they were bringing in doctors and experts, and they couldn't figure out why these babies were all dying. And long story short, they found out that once they started cuddling and holding these babies, none of them died anymore. And before that, they were so busy doing what they were doing and didn't have the staff, and neglected to just touch and have physical interaction with with these infants, that that lack of, of physical touch. And so that's just an example of how important it is. And the other day, reminding me that the people in nursing homes right now that aren't able to have the family come and visit, um, and they're just suffering, and most of it is due to the inability to interact and have physical touch with people. So we should have between 3 and 12 hugs per day. Okay, so minimum of 3, shoot for 12. Hugs boost oxytocin, which is a feel good chemical in our brain. And I'm not talking about like the little shoulder bump hugs, the what's up, bro, or whatever. I'm talking about like embracing, squeezing hugs. And in my house with my kids, I don't even call them hugs. I call them squeezes, and I ask them, "Can I just squeeze you? Can I just squeeze you for a minute?" And so I encourage you to ask your family and your loved ones around you and your closest friends that you feel comfortable, "Can I just have a squeeze? Can I just have a hug? Or can I give you a squeeze or a hug?" Because it affects our brain chemistry more than we realize. And so between 3 and 12 a day, okay? Um, and and the weather, at least where I am in Virginia, is starting to get really comfortable outside. So it's not so hot, and so it's a really good time to call up a friend or family member and say, "Hey, let's go have a picnic." and you bring this and I'll bring that, and we'll just go sit outside. And even further than that, how about, will you bring an extra friend and I'll bring an extra friend, and maybe bring some people together that have never even met. I got to do that today, and it was so fantastic. um, you can invite somebody just to go on a walk, just to get outside, or on a hike, or you can do something outdoors right now. And sometimes we just get kind of sucked in and caught in this little rabbit hole where we just get used to being alone and not doing this or that. So I encourage you by challenging you to just reach out to a friend or family member and invite them to get together and do something with you, picnic or whatever. Um, and you could look up Facebook groups in your hometown. So just in the search bar, search whatever town you're in, and Facebook groups or interest groups where you can connect with people that are like-minded, that might live in your area, that might have walking meetups or something like that. So, search for that, and you never know what you might find. Or join a Facebook community, again, where it doesn't even have to be local, but just people that have similar interests as you. So, type in or rediscover what your interests are, because you might have lost sight of that, and just do a little search and see what you find and who you get connected to. I have a Facebook group for women who are interested in the holistic approach to wellness. So the natural approach that encompasses all aspects of being a human being. So if you want to join that, just reach out to me and let me know. Volunteering is something else that you could do, just to get out and interact with other people and do something that makes you feel good and boost those brain chemicals. If you live in the area that I do, and if you do or not, in Virginia, I volunteer at the Chicken Church, and that's not the real name; it's the name that was coined. But we help to feed people who otherwise might not have food to eat, and we offer clothing and different things for them, blankets. So if you're, I'm just saying, there's things that you can do to get out and be around people and boost those brain chemicals and remember what it's like to be social again. And by my heading there, it doesn't mean you have to be a social butterfly, okay? You don't have to make it a big deal or make some big party. I'm a people person. I love people. But I have a very small, select group of people that I really, really connect with. And so I challenge you to do that. Do some of those things today or tomorrow, and find some ways that you can start interacting with people again. And going back to the social aspect and relationships, I was talking to a dear friend about this the other day. A lot of times in relationships and when we go out socially, we tend to get our feelings hurt by things. And so I just want to remind you not to expect yourself from other people, because our brains are all different. We all think differently. We've, obviously all had different experiences. And I think sometimes our feelings get hurt because we expect someone to think a certain way or say something or do something a certain way because that's what we would do. But we're us and they're them, right? And in collaboration with that, when we have a better relationship with ourselves, we can have a better relationship with other people. And we all know that. And we've all, heard the phrase and probably meditated on it, that having a healthy relationship with ourselves sets the tone for all the other relationships that we have. And for some of us, we might not have the best relationship with ourselves. And I can relate to that. And, we might not like ourselves very much, much less love ourselves. And I've been in that place too. And I had to have help from my higher power to learn to like and love myself, because my higher power loves me so much. And that kind of leads into what I'm going to discuss next time, which is the spiritual aspect of our human being, which is who we really are. And so I'm saving the best for last on that, because it's the umbrella that encompasses everything else. And when we work on getting that more in tune, then the rest falls into place better. So anyway, I just want to encourage you to like yourself, love yourself, and to reach out to other people. And if you've been stuck down in this little rabbit hole and just kind of got used to being alone or whatever, do it a little different and see if it doesn't boost those brain chemicals and get you feeling better. So I hope that brings you some encouragement, and that you just get out and have a good time again. So I will be back soon to talk about the spiritual aspect of our being. In the meantime, be blessed, not stressed, and I'll see you soon. Loves and hugs. Bye-bye.